Welcome back to Bills, Bets, and Beers. I'm your host, Chad, and this is going to be a great show. It's Bills versus Patriots preview and some same game parlays. And a little bit different, I'm actually going to be building them during this thing so you can see my thought processes and everything like that. First, we're going to start off with our injury report, as usual. We got Damian Harris. He's going to be out for this week. Everyone saw it coming, but I mean, it was good to see that he wasn't like completely out for the season, and it was just a sprained neck and nothing worse. So good part in that. I mean, we're going to need Cook to really stand out this game, but hopefully we can have Harris back in the next month or two. Then we got tight end Quentin Morris. He's going to be out this game as well. It looks like an ankle injury. It must have hurt it sometime during the game last week, and it's just kind of escalated. It just didn't feel right for this game. A little surprise there, but do have Kincaid back in, so nothing really to worry about there. The shocker, I haven't had much time to pay attention to like injury reports and stuff till today, but Ed Oliver, he's out with his foot injury, for a toe injury, and toes are very important for the big guys. It's gonna be a big Puna Ford game this week, and we're gonna need him with a good running back on the other side, even though they have some injuries of their own. And last but not least, we have Cam Lewis. He is questionable, most likely going to be out there as like a backup and might be going in and out for Elam or whatever. But it'd be nice to have a little bit more depth back there because we've had a lot of injuries as of late. So we don't want to see that get any thinner on the game day. Um, then we have the Patriots. So they start off with having tight end Hunter Henry. He's going to be questionable. He didn't participate Wednesday, Thursday, and he had a limited participation on Friday. I would expect to see him out there, but if he's not, that's going to hurt their chances of blocking. And honestly, he's just a big weapon for catching on their side. I know don't do as much at that in offense, but with all the pieces that we have missing and that are on IR, they are probably going to try to attack that middle, or Elam, one of the two. So it'd be nice to have at least one of the options taken away from them for this game. Then you got the cornerback Jonathan Jones. He's a big piece for them. He's questionable as well. He did have two good limited participation days, Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna expect to see him out there, but if he's not out there, uh, Diggs is just gonna eat as usual. I don't think he's not. There's not going to eat without that, but he's gonna do his job. It's just gonna be a lot easier for him if Jonathan Jones isn't out there. Then the center, Davis Andrews, he's also questionable to come into this game. He has an ankle injury. He's been limited participation all week. I just see him he's going to play. It's just going to be curious how sturdy he's going to be in that game. I think they're trying to keep him healthy enough to play. But if we don't see him, then Puna Ford can maybe get up in the middle and eat and get a couple sacks on the day. That'd be nice for the big guy. And then last but not least, we have offensive tackle Ricky Reft. He's gonna be out this game with a knee injury, so that's just something to look for. I mean, he's not a starter, but they're getting thin on the offensive line, and then on top of it, they had a whole slew of questionable players. I just picked these because I think these are the most important ones that I could be missing during the day if they don't play. I was going to go through, I think they had like 12, 13 people on the injury report. It was crazy. Biggest one I've ever seen at this point during the year. But yeah, that's a quick injury report. Now let's go into our storylines. A couple of very good storylines, I think. Number one, I think every Bills fan is thinking this as well. Where is the Bills offense that we know and love? My big question is, are they going to be able to bounce back against a slightly weakened Patriots defense? The Patriots defense has never been a slouch. Obviously, they haven't been as good as of late, but they're still strong. Their offense is what's giving them hassle. They had a chance in the Eagles game. they've had a chance to win most of their games. Besides, like I think the Cowboys, because they had the biggest loss, but they're not playing bad football on the defensive side, and that's what our offense has been struggling against. And I'm hoping they can come back and show the league that they're not out. They're not out for the rest of the year. They're coming back with a damn vengeance and dropping big points on the Patriots, which is a good defense. But I do think with Kincaid back in this lineup, we're going to have a big boost from what we had last week. Because last week it was just, it's like I said in the video for that preview. I was really curious to see what it would look like without both the tight ends out there, and just without Kincaid, it was just the offense couldn't get anything going. So it was worrisome to see, and it'd be nice to see a big bounce back with both tight ends out there, and just dink and duck, and then take the deep shots when you can, and just eat up this defense with what we should be able to do. Next is, how is the Bills defense, especially up on the D line? How are they going to handle this run game coming into this? Because Stevenson, he hasn't been a slouch this year. He hasn't been amazing, but he's a good running back, and he's a power back. He can push through the line. And we're down Ed Oliver, and we're also down Daquan Johnson. Daquan Jones. So that's two big pieces in that middle that we're missing, and we're not having as much rotation now. At least a good depth rotation, and Poona Ford's just gonna have to step up for this game. He's gonna have to be a really big piece and player for us, at least for this game against a decent run game going in. Their pass game isn't all there, but their run game, they have the potential, and we're gonna have to stop them from just getting 5-6 yards up the center every single time. That's gonna be a big key for us. Next is, who will be the punt and kick returner now? That was Damian Harris's job. So I'm sure I haven't watched, like I said, I haven't watched as much catching up on the Bills practices and things like that. If I were to guess, I would go towards like Shakir maybe, or one of the faster guys like Sherfield and them. One of them, they're going to be going in there and returning them. But no, I was not Sherfield. It's Hardy. It'd probably be Hardy, because he did do that for the team before. But I don't know. It's going to be whoever they trust most at this point, and who they think has the most potential to break one and not lose the ball and fumble it, because we did have some issues with that before. So that's going to be interesting to see during this game. It's going to be something to watch if they have one do punts and one do kickoffs and vice versa like they used to do. Lastly, Will Allen's shoulder injury, will it affect his throwing, like strength and accuracy? I didn't see it too much after in the game when he had got injured, and obviously there's a lot of adrenaline in the game, so who knows if that could have tied in. But this is going to be a good little litmus test against a decent defense, where he's going to have to make some tight throws and get a chance to throw something out deep if Jones isn't playing. So it's just going to be interesting to see how if his accuracy and everything stays the same as it's been, because it's been stellar so far this year. But everyone knows that the Bills fan with that elbow injury did not help his accuracy and his throwing. So just be curious how much this actually affects the shoulder or not. But yeah, that's it for my storyline. Some quick little stuff right there. I got my players of the game. I love this little segment. It just makes it easy to see who I think is going to be doing good for the Bills, and same thing for the Patriots as well. I've got James Cook for the Bills offense. I just think he's going to have to show up, have a big game. He is only going to have Murray now to really help him out. And obviously, we have the guy you can take off the practice squad, but he's probably not getting much touches because he's not much of a power back type of guy. So Latavius Murray and Cook's going to have to do their job out there and do it well. But I think Cook's going to be the one getting most of the touches, like usual. And he's got to show up big for us to make it easier for Allen, to have less pressure on him, so they can't just So they have to take people and kind of stack the box a little bit to make it easier to throw downfield. Because if there's no reason for them to stack the box at all, it's going to make it a lot harder for us to get the ball moving, except especially from how we've been playing the last two games. Um, then I got Puna Ford. I've been talking about this all him all video, but he's really gonna have to show up for this game. He hasn't had much playing time, but you picked him up in off season from Seattle, and he's going to be a big piece in this game. We're going to need him to stuff Stevenson and get that pressure up on Mac Jones or whatever quarterback they're going to play in this game. I know it's going to be Mac Jones, but who knows if they switch off. But just affect the quarterback, get back there, and hopefully get a sack or so. Then I got for the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to be a big piece for them just with our strength that we had and depth and everything in that defensive tackle area. It's non-existent because we do have players there. It's just not as strong as it used to be. And both starters are gone that we had that were really rotating. So it's gonna be interesting what happens now in that little middle area for the defensive tackle. But Stevenson's gonna be huge for the Patriots. He's gonna one who's gonna get their offense going and booming and making the Bills have to start putting extra safety up into the box, which is then gonna make it easier. I mean, they haven't been really passing much, but they have the potential to throw a deep ball and get something down there. They got Devontae Parker. Um, he's still a good back, and he would always get some yards against the Bills. So it could be an interesting game, at least for that standpoint. And then for the defense, I had Kyle Duggar, just because with both our tight ends, we're going to be attacking that middle, and he was on the list of potentially not being able to play. He was questionable, but it was like just a lot of limited participation. So I'm expecting to see him out there, and his play could be huge. I think in that middle for them going up against, and if he can cover and um, potentially jump a ball that's supposed to go to Kincaid, it's gonna benefit their offense superbly. So I just see that being a big key player for their defense. If he plays good, it's going to make them have a better chance of winning. Okay, so let's get into this segment here. Um, Actually, first I'm going to do this one, and I'll do the build this parlay. I'm just really, I mean, I'm really excited about doing this. My first time, so I'm just gonna let it linger a little bit more. um, this is one of my other favorite segments now. Bills lose if. So to me, right now, the Bills have. It seems like an energy problem when they jump on the field. Like during that Giants game, like the energy wasn't there in the beginning. It just got sucked out for some reason. I don't know what it was, but it just was. It was worse during the Jags game, and it could have been just the area and then the lack of sleep or whatever it was, or being in a different time zone and stuff. But it just seemed odd, like they weren't all like pumped up for that game, and didn't have a bounce back game against Giants. I was a little worried that for me the Bills lose if they continue having a shaky offense and continue these drive ending and extending plays for the other offense. We've been killing ourselves with all these penalties everywhere. It's like you start off a drive, you get a nice run or you get a nice pass, up holding Spencer Brown back 5 yards, back 10 yards. It's just a whole thing. Uh, It's just so brutal that we need to stop these stupid penalties and these drive-ending penalties and these drive-extending ones for the other team are just kills us. We make defense makes a huge stop, and then on the other side where the play wasn't even getting made, there's a holding penalty on Elam, and it's just like that's an example, but something along those lines. It's something where it didn't have to be done, but it was done, or blocking the back, or all these things. And some of these penalties have been pretty ridiculous against us, like these unnecessary roughness ones. Where what are they supposed to do? But we need to start playing smarter with the least penalties because we've been just getting destroyed the past 2 games with them. If we do this and we have the same type of game we got against the Giants, it's gonna be a lot harder for the Bills to get out of that game because the Patriots defense is a lot better than the Giants defense. And if we keep them close, yes, we have the better offense and we can win it. But if the same scenario happened for like the Giants Bills game with the Patriots are getting that ball in the damn end zone. No doubt about it. 9 out of 10 times. So just that's the only thing I'm really worried about. I don't want it to be a close game. I don't want it to come down to an nail biter like the Giants. I want to get a blowout. I want to just destroy this team and run them into the dirt. Because that's what the Bills have to do. That's what they can do. And they have to show up and show everyone in the NFL that they are the team to be afraid about. Because right now, they're not playing like it. But, score prediction. I got the Bills being. Let me see. Really want to see a big scoring game for us. I'm gonna say a nice 35 to 35 to 17. I still think Patriots are gonna score some points. They're gonna get some big runs, but we're gonna mostly dominate this game. Gives us a nice little cushion. We're gonna cover the spread. But yeah, let's get into this new segment. Build same game parlay. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, so I got my screen here. You guys can see it too. So same game parlays up. I'm gonna be putting about 2 of these in. Probably about $1 to $2 a piece. Get something nice out there. Under 40 is pretty low. I see this being a very defensive game. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm not gonna touch the spread just yet. I think we can cover it, but it has potential to be very close, so it could be very deceiving in that aspect. So for this, I see Ramondre Stevenson getting in this end zone. It's hard not to see him get in. To me, it just seems obvious, and I don't know. It just seems like it's going to happen. And then on top of it, Allen didn't run one last week, but neither did Cooks. Gabe Davis did it. Okay, I'm gonna do a big. I would love to see this, but he has not been doing his job lately. Well, getting in the end zone job, I should say. Give it a nice little boost. Cause I'm doing 2 of these, so I'll do a Gabe Davis. Then I'm gonna scroll down here a little bit. Passing yards. So you know what? I don't want to just do popular, so I'm gonna go through these things. Okay. Alternate passing yards. Holy, Mac Jones is so low. He's going against our defense, so I understand. Let me see what this is. 270. I don't see him running too much this game. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna say Allen's gonna clear his 245 right here. 247. Seems pretty straightforward. He's gonna get his passing yards. It's not gonna be that drastic, but 250 is not that much, and it's gonna be a defensive game. But I see Allen having a bounce back from last week. Into the rushing props. This is interesting having both with Elliott on there, because Stevenson is the main back, but if Elliott gets out for one burst, it's a good one right there. So James Cook's at 53.5. Let's see. What's the alt on this? That is so tempting. I'm not sure the yards he's been getting lately. One sec. Quick search. Let's see. See what he's been doing lately. So he actually hasn't had a great start. Yeah, last week he only had 46 rushing yards. He hasn't been doing much at all. That's what Elliott is doing. Same thing. He's only getting. I mean, he got some against the Jets, but the better bet's almost going with Elliott on this. So let's see. Yeah, where's this going? No, it's too rich for my blood. I'll take a James Cook one. See if it works. We're gonna need him. It might bite me, but I'm gonna take James Cook as well on that. And I'm not getting much receiving out of them, so I would say yeah, he's gonna go over 43 on us. We're gonna stuff it, but he's gonna get a big run out of us. I'm already at 5, so just go for one more on this guy. And okay, I'll hit a 100 plus game. He's been doing it lately. I think they're gonna try to throw people on him. So let me see. I am very surprised to not see. Oh, there they are down here. As I say, I wanted. Oh, they're not showing them. Very interesting indeed. Huh. Okay. Anyways, not setting us off too much. I'll give Stefan Diggs that, and to make this a little bit more interesting, this is a little bit much. I'll have them dumping it off to him over 1.5 times. Okay, this is a big one. Like I said, I do have some of a bonus over here. I'll select it, give myself a 100% boost. I'll put $2 down on this. I can get that. That sounds good for me. That's put in there. Got a nice little $2 bet. But yeah, I think this video's been pretty good so far. I'll keep that one as it is. Let's put another one in, and that'll be done. Okay, let's go back. So, do some game lines. I'll have Bills right there. I'm gonna go Bills. I'm not gonna be as sexy, but I'll say Bills -5. A little bit more reasonable. Like I said, we're not going crazy here. I'm not doing the -8. I just don't like that prop right now for some reason. It's not sticking out to me. I'll give myself Josh Allen running touchdown. Actually, you know what? Yeah, honestly, I see Allen running one this game. I think he's gonna use his. Well, yeah, I'll go for it. I think he's gonna have to use his legs a little bit for us. Actually, you know what? I'm not taking any touchdown parlays. I gotta do it. I believe in my boy. Receiving props. I will go receptions. I love going receptions here. So Stephon Diggs, receptions over 6.5. I think that's gonna be light work. I'm interested with his Dalton's coming back. They're gonna be trying to attack that middle, and he's gonna be getting covered. I'll go Kincaid over 2.5. Then, if you guys don't know this, game props are like damn best. No, race 2. I liked races. So those are pretty heavily favored in all of these. You know what? Let's go game props. Oof. We're going over 24 points. I don't care. It is. They got a good defense and everything going for them, but I just see this going our way for some reason, and that's what I like to see. Where is it? Special teams. So I see Ryland. He's gonna be getting over 1.5 field goals. I've been doing this a lot. I've been actually getting them pretty well. If he gets 2 total field goals made, I like this one over 3.5. That's 6 picks right there. And you know what? I like over 4 touchdowns as well. So, like I said, these parlays are a little big, but I'm only putting $2 down on these. If it happens, it happens. I'm only losing $2. Nothing too crazy here, to be honest. Into Josh Allen anytime is pretty much really the craziest thing on that. But that could be it for those little section right there. Hope you guys liked it. It was a little boring, but just going through kind of how I pick my stuff. I was surprised to see Gabe Davis out on there. I usually like to get his receptions or actually go for his yards because usually he gets 40, 50 yards, but he was not on there. So that's really gonna be it. I got some upcoming videos. I'm gonna be doing a college video with my buddy coming up, and probably dropping it tomorrow. Just going over top 5 college games coming up. He's very savvy with all this stuff, so helped me out a lot with college. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this. You guys have a good night. Go Bills, and I'm out.